Welcome friends, I'm Rose Oatley and today we're making the most delicious, juicy, and tender air fryer chicken breasts. Here I've got 4 chicken breasts I've already rinsed and I'm just going to pat dry. If you end up with any fat, you can go ahead and trim it off, especially if you're trying to stay healthy. Chicken is a great source of protein and a healthy dish. Most chicken breasts will have a lopsided side like this one here, which can make it more difficult to cook. So we want to make sure that we pound it and tenderize it. A piece of meat with a uniform thickness is going to just cook much more evenly. I'm just going to pound some of the more thicker sides to make them a little more even. If you don't, sometimes you can end up with a piece of meat that is juicy but flavorless on one end and dry and charred on the other. For less mess, place them in a large Ziploc bag. We're going to be marinating these, and I find that folding my bag over like this gives me more room to put my ingredients in. One of my key ingredients is using zesty Italian dressing. If you have the regular Italian dressing, that's perfectly fine. I've got half a bottle, and this is a 16-ounce bottle, so I'm guessing this is probably about 1 cup. Let me grab a cup and we can measure this out. Yep, it looks like 1 cup. So you want to go ahead and add 1 cup of your Italian dressing. We're also going to go in with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, or if you have regular salt, that's perfectly fine. Now, if you have one of these containers, just make sure you don't use your fingers because we've been touching our chicken and you don't want to contaminate the rest of your ingredients. All right, so then we're going to add a little bit of pepper, and this is going to be to your taste. We're also going to add 2 teaspoons of thyme. If you only have 2 chicken breasts, you can just do 1 teaspoon. Rosemary goes great with chicken, so we're going to add 1.5 to 2 teaspoons. Add 2 teaspoons of paprika. By the way, if you don't have thyme or rosemary, you can substitute it with Italian seasoning or your favorite seasoning. Add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, equivalent to 2 cloves of garlic. If you don't have the minced garlic, you can substitute it with 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Just make sure it's not garlic salt because you can oversalt it. Let the air out, seal it, and massage it so everything gets coated evenly. Marinate for about 45 minutes to an hour, or you can refrigerate and marinate overnight. Just lay it flat so everything is evenly coated. It's very important that your basket is hot before putting your meat in, so you want to make sure that you preheat your air fryer at 400 degrees for 7 minutes. You just let it run on empty. By the way, my air fryer is an Emerald brand with a 5.2 liter basket. We're going to be cooking in 2 batches because I can only fit 2 chicken breasts at a time. Now, if you have a larger air fryer, you might be able to fit more. Just don't overcrowd them so the air can circulate well and they're cooked properly. Spray a little bit of olive oil on top. I'm going to be using my spritzer bottle, and I'll go ahead and post a link below in my description and tell you where you can find one like this. Don't use the aerosol cans because those can ruin the coating in your basket. You really don't need much, just a little bit. We're going to be cooking these at 400 degrees for 8 minutes. Then we're going to come back, flip them over, and I'll tell you how long to cook them in just a bit. In the meantime, you can chop up a little bit of parsley or cilantro, whatever you have. I like to use this as garnish. Now, I do want to remind you that every air fryer varies, so you definitely want to keep an eye on it. Your chicken should never be pink in the center. It's been 8 minutes. You want to flip them over, spray a little bit of olive oil on this side, and then continue cooking at 400 degrees between 8 to 9 minutes, depending on the thickness of your chicken. Keep another set of clean tongs handy instead of using the used ones with all the salmonella. Once your chicken is done, you don't want that on your chicken. These are ready, so let's go ahead and pull these out and put my other 2 in. While the others are cooking, you want to cover these up with aluminum foil and let them sit for at least 5 minutes before cutting into them. I usually just let them sit until the others are done. While these are sitting and before we cut into them, we're going to add a little bit of lemon on top. This is optional. It's up to you. And I also like to add a little bit of parsley or cilantro as garnish. I probably don't have the best knife in front of me, but I want to cut into this, slice it up, and plate it, and then show you how easily it falls apart. Today I'm serving it sliced over a bed of white rice with roasted asparagus. Now let's go eat. But first, let me show you how good and delicious this looks before we bite into it. I've already dove in, but I want to show you how nice and tender the chicken is. Let me grab another piece and show you how easily it falls apart. Look at that. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so good. Not a dry part in this chicken. I really hope you guys give this a try, and don't forget to like and share this video with friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos, and please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.